36, right?
Yeah, 36 indeed.
36.
Hey. Welcome back to the Source War.
What's going on,
Welcome,
folk?
people. It's Wednesday. It's 7:30-ish. You're joined with the dynamic trio that is a fantasy specialist, Red Lord, the outlawed Red Hood, and Weeby Comics too. Sorry, my brain went slightly down. But
Yeah.
how are you? Issue 36.
Yep.
How's everybody doing? Ooh,
Yes.
damn.
Sorry
Good.
for our absence. We had technical and life issues. So, you lot are fine.
Yeah.
We've got,
It's
got
been
up there.
very busy
Yeah.
for all of us.
Very, very busy.
Yeah, but it is what it is, and it does what it does. We're here
There you
now,
go.
so let's
Let's get
Yep.
to it.
get to it.
We are trying to, we're trying to get things more organized and but life kind of gets in the way. We're thinking of doing a few other things as well that can probably give us more incentive to keep on this every week.
Yeah.
That would.
Anybody to help out?
Yeah, defo.
Fun.
Any weasels? Yeah, this is issue 36, and well, we was going to do some reviews, but we won't be doing comic reviews. What we will be doing is Karen has already recorded a review for the return of, was it Wolverine, the Hunt for Wolverine?
Hunt for Wolverine, Dead End. Yes.
Yeah.
Which was a pretty cool read. I like that it focused heavily on Daredevil and Tony Stark, because you don't really get much of their dynamic.
Yeah, true.
I don't know if you read it. It was just funny that in the beginning, Daredevil, you kind of see him as like a serious character, and he like blatantly just teases Tony Stark. That was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
The side of him you don't often you see it if you read Daredevil comics, but you don't see it often. So it was quite funny just for him teasing. That was funny. Yeah. So yeah, check that out. It'll be up at some point.
Yeah.
Soon.
No, we'll try to get it up on Friday or Saturday the latest. But then again, we're gonna try hopefully do some more of these as well. I'll do some myself as well, because we need a bit of Marvel out there.
Yes, and I'll be doing the indie comics, so watch this space. It's
Yes,
coming,
sir.
people. I mean, just like baby
And
steps.
we've got if you read the issue of Red Hood and the Outlaws, where Batman basically stripped him of his Bat family hood. We got a video about that as well, so go check that one out.
Nice.
Anyway, should we do it to it?
Yeah, let's do it. So let's start off with today's pull list. As you know, it's Wednesday today, comic book day. New comic book day. So we've come up with a bit of a list of what we recommend.
Yeah, the first one I'm really excited for, so I cannot wait to read it. And I can see it in your background as well, actually. So I'm kind of jealous of you. Got it.
I can't wait to read it. The first one is Batman Damned. This is issue 1 of 3. This is the first of DC's Black Label. So basically, it's the anticipated imprint for. It's a new imprint for DC. So it's not really in the DC main continuity.
It's like what's the word? What did DC call it?
Elseworlds.
Sorry, there you go. Yeah.
So yeah, this one would be a bit more darker, a bit more not really for the kids, not for the young kids anyway.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
I don't only hear people. Let's go.
This ain't bedtime reading. This is like grown folk comics.
Yeah. So
I think
What
for a
happened
moment
there?
you muted yourself by accident. Oh, okay.
Who's muted?
Right.
You or Richard?
There you go.
It was supposed to be something else because I need to fix my light, and I didn't want to. I did the mic instead of the camera.
Oh, we don't have an engineer, people. We're doing this all ourselves.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay, so yeah, it starts here. The Joker is dead. There is no doubt about that. But whether Batman finally snaps his scrawny neck, or some other sinister force in Gotham did the deed, is still a mystery. Problem is, Batman can't remember, And the more he digs into the labyrinthine case, the more his mind starts to doubt everything he's uncovering. So who better to set him straight than John Constantine? Huh?
Oh. I was like, what? How do you get it?
But there's a but though.
Problem with that is, as much as John loves a good mystery, he loves messing with people's heads even more. So with John's help, the pair will delve into the sordid underbelly of Gotham as a race towards the mind-blowing truth of who murdered the Joker. Batman Damned is a bi-monthly supernatural horror story told by two of comics' greatest modern creators, a visceral thrill ride that proudly puts the black in Black Label.
Ooh, wee.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is
juicy.
that John Constantine, he takes the piss. Like, what he's gonna do? He's gonna help Batman, and then he's just gonna send him on a roundabout goose chase and make Batman think he did it. until we get to the end and we know that Batman didn't did it, but John Constantine is gonna take him for a ride.
I've never really read John Constantine comic really fully. So I can't. All I know from the character is pretty much from what I've seen on the film and the TV show, which is
the film, which was actually on the other day, which is a good movie. It is a good movie, but that is not John Constantine.
Yeah.
It's not John. First of all, he's not American. He's from Ireland. He's not. His hair isn't black. He's blonde, and he has more personality than what John Wick gave us.
Right.
And, he's a bit of a joker. Like he doesn't really take things seriously. He doesn't take people seriously. He doesn't take himself seriously. And he's not really the save the world type. He's more of a how does this benefit me?
Right.
Kind of.
Is he more of it's more of his character in the CW, right?
That's more John Wick. Like he's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. He's just a bit of a jerk to people, you know.
Yeah. Got John Wick on his mind.
Yeah. I know, right? John Wick is here to haunt us today on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You said John Wick instead of Constantine.
Did I? Sorry. No. I said that because Keanu Reeves played.
Yeah, but you said after.
Did I say it again?
And you were like, yeah, and John Wick. We were just like.
Do you know what? I got John Wick on the brain. I just bought some John Wick comics off of. So I thought, let me give these a shot. Let me see what they're saying. So I literally like 10 minutes ago just bought some John Wick comics. But anyway,
nice. All right, the second one. Number 2 is actually your recommendation, Isha. Burnouts, issue 1.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, it does. So this one is from Dennis Culver, Geoffo, and Chris Burnham. So these guys are teaming up for a new ongoing series that combines the paranoia of They Live. I don't know if the old school 80s crew would remember that. They Live with Stranger Things. So to save their family and friends, a group of high school teenagers must fight off an attack on their town by a secret alien invasion. But they can only see the aliens if they're completely wasted. The Burnouts are saving the world one puff at a time.
I can't wait to read.
Who's that? Is that Image? Who's that by? Sounds like stuff from an Image.
Yeah, Image.
It's had Image all over it.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds pretty decent. Maybe when that graphic novel comes out, I might hit it up.
Yeah, it does sound good. I may pick that up as well.
Yes. Oh yeah.
All right, cool.
Third one is Return of Wolverine, issue 1.
Ooh.
By Charles Soule and Steve McNiven. Obviously a Marvel. He's back. Bub. That's it. He's back.
Have you noticed there's been a thing going around? Because I noticed it at the end of Hunt for Wolverine, but I didn't think anything of it. That his claws were heated. And sorry to say in my review, I didn't point that out, but I didn't realize, I didn't even notice until like later on. And then there's like memes about it and stuff. So
Yeah, that will be explained, I'm sure. Yeah. But I really hope it doesn't last. I really hope it doesn't last.
I hope not, because I feel like it makes sense. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Leave Wolverine alone.
Logan's going to be about. Oh man, Logan's going to be about. So they probably wanted to do something different for Wolverine now that they bring him back, but.
I don't think he's going to be around for that long, to be honest. I really don't
Logan,
think.
to be honest, I'm real behind because I read the graphic novel, so I don't know what's going on with him. But I had imagined that he'd be around long enough to meet Wolverine before they get rid of him.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. But there is an Old Man Logan book coming out, I think in November next month.
Like a new book.
Yeah, but this one is where he goes back and he's actually dealing with. I think he's dealing with Baby Hulk.
Baby Hulk, yeah. I know that the last story I read, he was feeling regret that he left him behind. That was the last one I read. It was a while ago. But obviously, where I am compared to where it is now, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Baby Hulk.
So that should be
smash. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's an inbred Baby Hulk though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like She-Hulk, and Bruce Banner's
love child. Well, not even love child.
Not love child, rape child.
Yeah.
Gross. Actually, they would no. Sorry, I take that back because they were never clear if it was consensual or
not.
So let's just say their child.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Craziness.
Yeah. But anyway, so
go ahead.
Wolverine's back.
Yeah.
Go get that.
Someone else is back. Speaking of coming back, Mr. Miracle, issue 11 out of 12. So this is the penultimate issue. I've bloody loved this series. The series has been so bloody good. So if there's one thing popular fiction has taught us by now, it's never make a deal with the devil. And yet Mr. Miracle is still listening when Darkseid approaches him with just a devilish proposition. If Scott sends his newborn son to Apocalypse, there will be peace on New Genesis. Since when has Darkseid been famous for his honesty? It will be a miracle if he doesn't blow up in Scott's face.
I saw that and I was just like, I wonder what he's gonna do. Yeah. You may as well just get it out of the way now and punch Darkseid in the face.
Yeah.
Just start the fight now. Just don't even. Oof. That sounds really. I can't wait to read that. I'm waiting for like the first graphic novel. Like I'm gonna collect it, trade paperback. So
nice. Yeah, it's been so good. It has been really, really good. So definitely recommend that. If you haven't been catching up, you don't want to get the other 10 issues. Definitely go back or wait until the graphic novel comes out and get that. I think, to be honest, it'll probably be one of the best comics of the year. Probably win an Eisner or something. Because it has been,
I can see that.
It has been sick, really sick. Even our artwork, everything.
Ooh. Watch this space, people. What's next?
Thor issue 5. Jason Aaron and Michael Del Mundo. Get ready for King Thor and the Phoenix, bub.
Oh.
In the far future, All-Father Thor reignited the Earth and sparked new life in the universe. That was... What was that? God of Thunder that happened? I can't remember.
What? Where we saw
future Thor, and was it that one? I can't remember.
And Wolverine.
No, it was But Thor was in the future, and he had his daughters, his 2 or 3 daughters.
Yeah. With his grandchildren.
Yeah.
His daughters, their grandchildren. Sorry. I know who you're talking about. Anyway, those girls, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's based on that storyline as well.
Yeah. I think it was God of Thunder, though.
Yeah, I think so.
Was that a good read?
It was a good read. Yeah. Obviously, I can't remember everything, even if it was that one. But yeah, from what I remember, I think Galactus. It was because Galactus was coming to Earth, and I think they fought him off, and then they created life again on Earth.
Oh,
spoilers. But now something is wiping out other worlds. And Midgard won't be far behind. Luckily, Thor isn't.
So this.
Yeah. Luckily, Thor isn't the only god left. But is the Phoenix possessed Wolverine a friend or foe?
Ooh.
You saw that in like issue 2 or 4 at the end of issue 2 or was it issue 1? And we were like, so they've not. I mean, I haven't read issue 4, like the previous issue or 4.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to the story.
That was the best.
The first time I saw Phoenix Wolverine at the end, I was like, I can't wait to finish that story.
I didn't feel like that, you know. I felt like,
didn't you?
Nah, I felt Wolverine again. I know he's coming back, but come on, man.
No,
You're gonna have
it's
Cyclops.
It's because
Wolverine
it was a shock. I mean, if it was Cyclops, yeah, but it was just like it was the shock of it. I wasn't expecting it. And I know Wolverine. I know like Wolverine is probably like my favorite X-Men character. I don't care, but like, and I know a lot of he's like pushed in our faces. I get that, but for me, I was just not expecting it. It could have been anyone, and I don't know, the fact that Wolverine with the Phoenix Force. I was like, come on, like,
I'm just like, not right now, man. We've got old man Logan. We've got the old Wolverine. We've got Wolverine popping up everywhere. We don't know what's going on with him. We know he's coming back. You know, it's just, and then you see him in Phoenix Force.
Alrighty, by the bundles, man.
Yeah,
or more, but maybe they're gearing him up because he's coming in a film somewhere. You never know.
We want the X-23s. We want the Sabretooths. We want the Duckins, even though Duckin is dead. Spoilers.
Well, yeah. Everybody dies in comics, but come back. Except for Uncle Ben and Bruce Wayne's parents.
Hey, wait for it. Uncle Ben will be back. He came back in Spider-Verse.
Yeah, he did.
Sort of.
Yeah.
One day they'll do a storyline where Spider-Man will just wake up. Peter Parker will wake up. He'll go downstairs, and it will be Uncle Ben and not Aunt May. He'll be like, "What?"
What kind of
that right now? Yeah, go
what kind of alternate universe is this?
Yeah, where am
I? So number 6 is Teen Titans issue 22. So your selection, Kieran.
Yeah.
The team's dealing with an unexpected loss, but there's little time to grieve. They must travel to Keystone City, where Golden Glider and Swerve plan to pull a heist at a children's hospital. Oh man, why are you doing that?
I'm really interested.
Not the children.
I'm really interested in this this iteration of Teen Titans, because when Damian Wayne had his first team, I had no interest, but this team that he's got now, like, I'm really excited for it. And I read a Teen Titans special the other day, and I know I'm way behind, but he basically killed Black Mask. And I was like, wait, Damian's killed Black Mask, Batwoman killed Clayface, and the Red Hood killed the Penguin. I'm like, what is going on with the Bat family? And because of Damian is basically, he's decided that he doesn't want to follow the way Bruce Wayne and Batman and all the other older superheroes do things. So he's decided he's the next generation of superheroes, him, Kid Flash, and Red Arrow. So he's decided he's going to put together his team and do things their way, so that when they're older, this will be how things are done. So I'm really excited for this run of Teen Titans. I've actually pre-ordered the graphic novel because I can't be bothered to collect the single issues. But it's looking good. It's looking real good.
Speaking of graphic novels or trade paperback, the final one is number 7, Justice League No Justice. Another one of yours.
Well, I figured I'd throw that on there because people need to know about No Justice. It was such a great read. I got all the single issues. It takes place basically after what happened with Dark Knight's Metal, with the Source Wall being broken. And everything is all different kinds of there's all different kinds of aliens and different energies, and people were getting new meta powers, like, since the Source Wall's been broken. Even like the Titans books basically continue on from No Justice, from No Justice and Dark Knight's Metal. So if you want to know what happened, because a lot of it is happening in DC now, if you want to know why all this stuff is happening, I recommend reading No Justice. And if you want to, before that, read Dark Knight's Metal. Yeah.
Sweet.
So go get that trade paperback.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
all the juiciness. Go for it. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's all the pull list for this week. That's what our recommendations.
Go get it, people. Go get it.
Go get it. So moving on to comic news. Kelly Sue Deconnick is taking over the writing duties of Aquaman.
Yep.
Huh.
So Kelly Sue, actually, I didn't actually realize she's married to Matt Fraction.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How boss is that name?
Okay.
Matt Fraction. Sorry, that just sounds like
It is a sick name, right?
Yeah.
It is you do remember it. You remember it is a name that you do remember.
Yeah.
Shout out
That's
to
like
Hawkeye
if
and
Matt
Iron
Fraction
Fist.
meant, like, I don't know, Clark Kent, like.
Yeah.
He's so cool. Sorry, go ahead, tangent.
So Kelly Sue, I'm pronouncing her surname wrong as I do. Deconnick. She wrote Bitch Planet, and she's still writing Bitch Planet. It's 10 issues in. From what I hear, it has been a very good comic from Image. She also was writing Captain Marvel Volume 7 from July 2012 to November 2013, and also Volume 8, 2014 and 2015. So obviously with the new, I'm sure we're going to be talking about this anyway, but new Captain Marvel trailer that came out, if you actually want to catch up or know more about her, I'll definitely recommend her run. Because it kind of solidified her just who she is and what she's about.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't read the Civil War 2 because that's a bit.
That it was Civil War 2 was not a good portrayal of Carol Danvers.
No.
It was not. I've said this so many times. I don't know who that was. I can't even remember who the writer was, but that person who wrote that did not know Carol Danvers.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
So keep away from that. But yeah, she's been in the game for a very long time. She started off with I think she was writing manga, but translating the manga into English.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's got a very solid history. Basically, with this project, they had a DC Writers Summit, and basically those invited, they had they needed to do like a 5-minute pitch to make the cut, basically, and she unpacked a 40 minutes of Aquaman material in front of everybody, and Jim Lee basically said that she killed it. So. That's pretty much how she got the job.
Actually, sounds like a really good storyline as well. It's basically like, Aquaman wakes up on was it on an island or something, and he finds like a bunch of forgotten sea gods, and I don't know, that just sounded really cool to me. He has no idea how he's there, and he's woken up with all these gods that everybody's forgotten about. And apparently she's supposed to be, she is the first woman to write for Aquaman.
Nice.
So,
wow.
Yeah, that's why I suggested putting it on there. Because it's history, man. It's comic book history.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. It's surprising. It is surprising, but
yeah, considering how long Aquaman's been going for.
Yeah.
So true. Yeah, I actually might read that run because it sounds pretty good. At least get the graphic novels.
Definitely.
Ooh, represent, people, represent.
Represent. So Steve Orlando is teaming up with Riley Rossmo on the new Martian Manhunter series as well. For me, I think this is, from what I understand, I think he hasn't really been in DC that much since was it Rebirth? I think
it started in 2016. Rebirth did.
Yeah, I think I remember reading some of the Martian Manhunter. I can't remember if it was before or after Rebirth. But anyway, there's a new Martian Manhunter comic coming out. This one, it will be more about, basically it's about him, in a sense of, we have like Spider-Man, Superman. You got these characters who, like Spider-Man's Uncle Ben died. Superman is an alien, his planet got blown up. So they kind of have reasons to be superheroes, and kind of maybe Superman was the wrong example, but they kind of have something to say, look, this is why I'm doing this. With John Jones, he doesn't really, because it wasn't his fault that his family died, and he's been a very good detective. So basically this series is going to kind of solidify who John Jones is as a person. I've got a quote here from Steve Orlando. So basically this was probably explained it. So one of the reasons people have not connected to him is that he was a he was a perfect upright cop on Mars, and yes, his family died, but it was not his fault, no fault of his own. And then he came to Earth, and he was perfect. Our favorite characters, that's not them. You know, Spider-Man let the burglar go. Bruce Wayne was too afraid to save his family.
That's a slap. Go ahead.
Yeah. This gives Jones that moment, and that's the keystone as to why this book will be. Is that it's the Martian Manhunter story, because we finally know why he strives to be good on Earth, why he has this journey, because he's never really had one before. All of our favorite characters overcome their faults, and we hope he's going to do that here, but he has to have them first. So
it's I get what they mean. It's like he's come out, you know, his character has come out into comics, and story wise, he's just an alien, comes to Earth and decides to be a superhero, and he's got no real motivation. I can understand that logic. Actually, it sounds pretty good that they want to give him more depth. More depth to the character. So I'm with that. That sounds really interesting.
That one should be out in Martian Manhunter would be in stores in December.
Nice.
Too many comics, man.
Yeah. Again, this one is another DC one. It seems like it seems like to me they want to kind of give their characters more character development, because DC is to reveal Hawkman's true origin.
Oh, okay.
So because his character is very weird. He kind of
same as Hawk Girl, to be honest, between the two of them.
They kind of live, and then they die, and then they get reincarnated. So I'll just read what the article says here. Robert Venditti, who's done X-Men Manowars, Hal Jordan, and the Green Lantern Corps, as the writer has done his best to fix the character's fractured continuity that has plagued him for decades. Now, though, it sounds like Venditti is going to drop another major revelation regarding Carter Hall, as the upcoming 7th issue of the current Hawkman series will reveal his true origin. Carter's original backstory states he was the reincarnation of an Egyptian prince who was murdered along with his lover by the evil high priest. However, due to properties of nymph metal, all three were reincarnated through the centuries, with the priest Set usually succeeding in killing them until the cycle was broken in brightest day. Dark Knight's Metal revealed he may not have started off as Prince Khufu, though, while Venditti added that Carter actually reincarnates through time and space with lives he doesn't even remember living. So it does sound interesting. Like,
I mean, I suppose you wouldn't know this. I'm just wondering if they're going to incorporate Shayera as well in the origin.
Yeah,
like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Is it like a new thing for the both of them, or is it just Carter Hall?
Well, it says here it's just Carter Hall, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I'm not sure, but don't they? When they do get reincarnated, they kind of have to look for each other again and find their love again.
Yeah,
because they don't really know.
End up anywhere.
Yeah,
I'd imagine because they've been going at it for centuries that there's probably lives that they've had where they just didn't meet.
Well, exactly, and like it says on here, it says he reincarnates through time and space. So he could even be like another different alien, from another place, or
interesting.
It does sound interesting.
Yeah.
I remember they released Hawkman after during Dark Knight's Metal, and I think I got that issue, and I didn't really care for it.
Yeah.
I don't think I spoke about it. And then I think there was something else afterwards, and I just thought, no, not from the Dark Knight's Metal storyline, I'm not going to carry on because that just didn't interest me. But this one sounds interesting. They should do the same for, slightly off subject, Donna Troy, Wonder Girl. She's got a battered, if you look up her history, she's got a battered history. And like first she started off as Wonder Woman's little sister, and then she her recent thing is that she's Wonder Woman's clone.
Oh wow.
Or something like that. She was destined to kill Wonder Woman or take over. She's got a really mixed up, convoluted history, and it's like she could really use like some tidying up.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm just going off on a tangent.
That's fine. We like tangents here.
Yep.
He's gonna do that for Martian Manhunter and Hawkman. You know, you may as well clean house and do it for everyone.
Yeah,
true,
definitely.
Very true.
Definitely. So getting his own comic, Killmonger.
Really?
Yeah. So it's only a 5.
Like, okay.
This will be a 5-part limited series starting in December, written by Brian Edward Hall, with art from Juan Ferreira. Killmonger will delve into his origins and motivations.
We know his origins and motivations.
I feel like Marvel can be so waste at times.
Yeah.
Yes, Killmonger in the Black Panther movie was a great character, but this is not the same character, so he doesn't need his. And they did a thing. They did a storyline.
I'm not 100% sure. I don't think this one is the comic version. I think this is actually the movie version.
Oh, is it like a tie-in?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
it seems like it. Unless they've totally changed the art, the look of the comic version.
Well, this is what I was thinking. It's like I'd imagine they'd retcon him just to look like the way he basically looked like Michael B. Jordan, which I think is just a bit of a lame thing to do.
Yeah,
they even did these comics recently. I don't know if you're reading them, Rich. Where it was basically not Nakia, not Shuri. Sorry, what was the Dora Milaje called? The main one. Okoye. They did the story of Okoye, and she was like traveling around the Marvel universe, teaming up with like Spider-Man and.
Oh right, yeah.
And I just felt like.
Yeah, I didn't get any of those. Yeah,
I didn't. I almost did, but then I thought I'm not buying into that. There's no way this is going to be good. It just doesn't. It seems unnecessary. That I can imagine they will get like the cheapest artist, the cheapest writer, and just put together something cheap because those kind of fans will buy the comic.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of fan. I
wasn't getting that either.
It just feels like this is how I feel with this Killmonger thing. I just think it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Really
yeah. So do I.
Yeah. Do something imaginative, like I don't know. The Black Panther goes to visit him in the the realm where all the Panthers are, and like you could just I don't know but he has to go visit him in because he's not part. You know what I mean? You know in the film where he couldn't get back home, whatever.
Yeah.
Or do something like he's in the spirit world and he's trying to get back.
I mean, if it's a thing where if it's weird. Part of the movie universe, then fine. But if it's supposed to be main 616 MCU, I don't think Killmonger needs any kind of fleshing out. Unless they're trying to retcon him, then he doesn't need to be retconned. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's it. That doesn't need to happen.
Just an unnecessary. No, I'm not with it. You're just trying to get my money. I ain't giving it to you. Not for that.
All right. Well, maybe Superior Spider-Man's return will.
No. I found out about that, and I was like, Marvel almost got me with those Scarlet Spider ones. I got all excited with the.
Yeah, I did as well.
The Dead No More storyline.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Ben Reilly's back, and he's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
And I started with the Scarlet Spider, and I'm reading it. I'm like, this is going nowhere.
Yeah, same.
So I stopped buying it. So
yeah, that's
Dr. Octopus.
Bad Marvel, bad. Go ahead.
No, but that's the thing. It's like I am really intrigued by that the new Dr. Octopus and what he will do, because now he's in spoilers. He's in a Peter Parker body with his powers. He's got his old mind back. I'm intrigued to see where this goes. You know, I'm really intrigued to see like what he's learned from his time as Peter Parker and what he's been up to since then.
He seems confused.
Yeah, quite a bit.
What I mean? It's like he was Dr. Octopus. He was that scientist that wanted to be respected. He had his accident, so he turned to crime. You know his origin, and then obviously he had Peter Parker's body, and Peter Parker was in his head. So he was trying to do good, but he was doing good. He was almost like a Jason Todd / Damian Wayne kind of Spider-Man, where he was like brutal to his villains, to the people that he was going up against.
Yeah.
And it's like he doesn't know where his moral. Maybe, having said that, I'm talking myself into it. It sounds pretty good.
No, that's a yes, people. He's going.
I was just thinking, it's like he doesn't know where his moral. He doesn't know where his moral compass lays. So, all right, no, shut my mouth.
It's on sale in December, so
you got time to rethink.
You got time to think about it.
Probably gonna be a yes though, but God.
Myself into it.
So what else is on sale in December is the original X-Force reunites.
Ooh.
Okay. This one is by Ed Bryson and Dylan Burnett. Ed Bryson is doing Extermination at the moment, which has been pretty good actually. And Dylan Burnett done Cosmic Ghost Rider. Maybe you might be interested in that, Karen. Basically, with things that are happening in Extermination, spoiler alert.
Just spoilers today, boy.
Spoilers all over the gap.
Hey, man.
Someone's killed Cable, so the old school team of X-Force, Domino, Shatterstar, Cannibal, and Warpath. They're reading the loss of their mentor and have unanswered questions. They're on the hunt for this new kid Cable to get those answers. Some want his head, some just want to talk to him to find out what the hell is going on. Is this really their Cable? Is this an impersonator? Basically, Ed Bryson said, we're going to learn more about Kid Cable and establish what sets him apart from the Cable that people know. We're going to get into his story and have some really exciting stories cooking with a laundry list of X-Force villains. He added, there are layers to be peeled back, but nothing is what it initially seems. I mean, I really did enjoy X-Force back in the days, and seeing that it is the old school team. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, Ed Bryson and Dylan Burnett. I know Dylan Burnett's a good artist, so that would initially make me read it, but hopefully Ed Bryson's story is very compelling for me to keep.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like I need to be reading more X-Men stories as well.
You should be reading more X-Men stories.
I know this. Like, I'm not even. I got no rebuttal. Like, I agree.
I think everyone should be reading more X-Men stories.
I'm waiting for that Chris Claremont run to. And then that's me. Like, that's my comic.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know. Hopefully, he comes back. But when people come back after a long hiatus, it's never good.
Gotta have faith in your writers, in your artists, and your writers, man.
Yeah, it's never the same.
I don't know. Because there's X-Men Blue, X-Men Red, and X-Men Gold, and I was thinking of picking up one of those, but it's like, I don't know, man.
I'd recommend X-Men Gold definitely, and X-Men Red. X-Men Blue,
Which team was X-Men Blue again?
That was the young X-Men.
Yeah, no, I've got no interest in them. I want them gone back to their timeline.
Well. That's what Extermination may be all about. Speaking of things being all about something, yesterday it was all about Captain Marvel's trailer.
Yeah. What were your thoughts?
What did you guys think of that?
I thought it was pretty good. I think there was, even though it was a teaser trailer, it didn't
this is the only trailer I'm watching, by the way.
Really? I can't wait for the next one.
Go ahead.
I think this one said a lot in a sense of what it did show and what it didn't show. I think it shows how she got her powers. I think it shows the probably the difference between the comics and what they're doing in the MCU.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I thought it was pretty good. I really did think it was actually pretty good. There wasn't that much. It didn't seem like that much action initially, but I think there will be.
Yeah.
You know, I wish this trailer came out around the same time. Remember that video that was going around of the old woman telling the older black woman to get out of her seat? I wish this trailer came out around then.
You know, you can always make a meme of that, man.
Yeah.
You can always edit it
in. Oh man, but nah. I think it looks like a pretty. I mean, for what the trailer was, it looked pretty decent. I wasn't bored. It told me what the movie was. It didn't, because obviously, if you don't know say you don't know the comics, and they just put a trailer up, you know, basically like the Venom teaser trailer where you had no idea. Like if you didn't know comics, you have no idea. I feel like this one gave you enough to know who the character is. Like what you said, it shows you how to get a power. So I think she is, what's happening. Go on.
I think I know what would happen. I reckon she. It's probably a bit obvious, but I reckon she. I don't think Jude Law is. What's his name? Marvel. I think he might be Yon-Rogg, who was the guy who actually detonated the what's it called again? The device that actually got her powers.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I think
Jude Law's British, right?
Yeah.
He's definitely Yon-Rogg.
The British are always English, exactly.
That says something, doesn't it? No,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I think because he's in charge. He's over Korath and Ronan. I think maybe something happens. I think he probably kidnaps Captain Marvel because you see that she gets taken from her aircraft. I think they've kidnapped her for some reason. Wipes her mind, and now she's kind of getting flashbacks.
She's human.
Yeah, I think maybe it's got to do with the Skrull, Korean Skrull War, and she's been after the Skrulls, and she's looking for that Skrull that which is probably the old lady, because you do.
She was blatantly a Skrull.
Yeah, definitely a Skrull. It would be funny if she wasn't. And she just
her in the face. I was like,
punch the old lady in the face. Get out of my
seat. That was deep.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, all right, Miss Marvel. No, it was a really good trailer. Like I wasn't like blown away, but I was happy that I was just happy that, like you said, it said enough without going over. Doing way too much, and. It was funny. It was jokes. When she boxed the woman in the face, I was just like, cool game. Like, I was gonna come to it anyway. Like, so don't hit old people. By the way, it was a funny scene. Like, we're not condoning that, but like, but So
unless they're trying to oppress you.
But like, no, it was good.
I'm joking. I'm straight joking. What I was gonna say is, I feel the same about not being blown away by it. But I feel like part of it, because obviously it's set in the MCU, with all the trailers that we've seen, everything, I don't know, there was this excitement because it all related to what was going on now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Well, obviously this one was set in the 90s.
Yeah.
So there's this kind of separation.
Blockbuster video.
I was gonna get to that, but you guys ruined it. But there was this kind of separation from the now, like the stuff that's going on with Thanos, and do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's probably why we weren't blown away yet. But having said that, it looks like a decent movie. Like I do want to see it. That's
the thing. I think that for me personally, I feel that it wasn't I get what you lot are saying. Like it's not really a blown away trailer, but I think for people who know what is going on or know the comics, I think it is quite a big trailer, and it does show quite a lot, because we know that she's half Kree now. We we know that she's going to be binary. She's going to have her binary powers as well. We know that this Korean Skull War is going to be happening during that time. You know, we know that I've got a feeling as well that Phil Coulson will probably be a Skrull in this as well. I have a feeling. Yeah, I got a feeling that he's probably a Skrull, and maybe they have he gets his mind wiped, and then he's kind of like a good guy, and now he's under Nick Fury, and that's why Nick Fury's kind of, you know, he's, you know, a top dollar kind of thing. You know, he's
he was able to bring him back. I mean, I haven't seen why they brought him back, but
yeah. There is a bit. That's what I mean. Like, a lot of people say that Shield was rubbish, but Shield is pretty deep, man.
It was good. Flipped in the middle.
Stick with it.
So.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not watching it.
I feel like one day I will watch Shield, because there's parts of it that I've heard that's happened that actually does interest me. I feel like where I was in season 1, it just felt a bit too referencey to but that was obviously the first X amount of episodes. So I imagine I'd imagine it's evolved since then. And one thing that I found really off-putting was who was remember when Daredevil did the hallway scene? Yeah, it was one shot, and then everybody started doing it. And I remember IGN put up.
Oh, what Shield one?
Put up Shield one. I was just like, no. It's so
They've
bad.
got a lot better. They have got a lot better.
Sorry, going back to the Captain Marvel. Yeah, blockbusters. That was nice to see.
That was.
Yeah.
For you youngins out there that don't know about blockbusters.
Yeah, man. That was our Netflix, man.
That was our Netflix.
I felt so grown when my mum used to be like, or my dad used to be like, yeah, go and put the video back, and I don't take it, and you'd have to walk.
Yeah.
Think if I dug through one of my old wallets, I would find my Blockbusters card.
Yeah. I need to bring Blockbusters back, man. Come on,
yeah.
One time for that.
But
sorry.
What you were saying, Rich, I do agree that it was a big trailer.
Yeah, I think
in the sense that he's saying it, it's just I can understand why people might not feel
blown away. Yeah, definitely. I think Samuel Jackson will bring out like, I think this will kind of be his movie as well. Like, he's proper gonna be on it. Yeah. And Coulson should definitely bring the humor as well, like, to it, because he's a funny character in Shield.
He must be so happy to be back in a main movie. Coulson
yeah, definitely.
It's been a while for him. I mean, I'd imagine he's happy on the show, but to be back into the movie side of it, that must be so much fun for him.
And again,
Samuel Jackson. Sorry, go on.
No, go on.
I was just gonna say Samuel Jackson. He's missed out on quite a few things.
Yeah,
like Civil War. He already had the cameo in Infinity War, and you know he's not around much these days. So for him to be like in a proper movie, and he's like
in his head,
two main characters. Two main characters. It'll be Captain Marvel and Nick Fury. So,
and we also got to see Monica Rambeau's mother as well. And I think there's a clip. So one of my theories as well is that she, because apparently I was watching Mr. Sunday Movies. Big up to Mr. Sunday Movies. Was it Mr. Sunday Movies? Was it that?
He's recently done like things. He's recently done things that we missed, but I haven't watched it yet. That's what you watched?
Yeah, it's I think it was that one. And he was saying that the airplane that they're flying is actually an old plane from the late 80s to the early 90s. So they could be flying in the 80s or early 90s, and then she goes missing. Then comes back later. Monica, her mother, I forgot her name. Monica Rambeau's mother is probably older, or she might have died or whatnot. But then you see there's a clip with Carol Danvers talking to someone, and you can just see the curly afro hair. It looks like afro hair, but you can just see it on just below the screen. And that could be Monica has a little girl, and Monica Rambeau was actually the second person to be called Captain Marvel, and obviously Captain Marvel was the first person. So Carol Danvers wasn't Captain Marvel before Monica, so she would definitely be definitely. And I wouldn't be surprised if when sorry, my head's just going crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised if Samuel when he called Captain Marvel. What would be sick is when he called Captain Marvel on that pager, it's not Carol Danvers, it's Monica that comes. That
would be hard.
That would be could you imagine?
Yeah. Maybe that's why she didn't come, because she's been training during the New York thing and
she'd be younger, wouldn't she?
Yeah. She'll be that age now. She'll be at that age, like
that's what I mean. As in, because Carol Danvers is obviously older.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Ooh, trying to blow minds out here.
You heard it here first, man.
Okay.
What was I gonna
say? I was gonna cut that tangent off because I was like, we're running out of time. But I was like, see that one through. See it through. Okay.
Do you think that?
Okay. Yeah. I see you. Real quick before we move on, do you think that they'll introduce Sword in this?
I don't think so. The reason being is because it seems like he said in the narration, he was about to quit.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it will be at the end. Maybe they're doing like because of all what happens during the film. They come out and say we need to have something to protect the Earth from outside forces. Then maybe they'll do sort of that way. But I don't think it will be directly like it's like they've already set up or anything like that.
Yeah, I kind of meant it in that sense as well. Like by the end of the movie, it's like we need two divisions. We'll have one on Earth and one out, one. But yeah, should we move on? We've been on
one more thing. So one more thing. There is a clip of Samuel looking at the gun, and there's a dead scroll on the table doing an autopsy. So that is in reference of Secret Invasion, where it was actually an extra that was a scroll spy.
Oh yeah.
That's what I mean. It's a okay trailer, but this trailer's pretty deep, man. It's pretty deep.
I'm gonna watch it again, and now I'm gonna see his breakdown of it. I love his breakdowns, but they're hilarious.
You don't even have time to do breakdowns, man.
I know. Okay,
we don't have that kind of time, man. We need that YouTube money for that, so we don't have to work.
Yeah, exactly.
What's next?
Okay, so new Joker movie. We've got photos and a video. Of that. Would you all think? Have you guys seen it? Has everyone seen it?
I saw it.
Yeah. Did you watch the video as well? And
the video where he's walking and he's talking to the clown.
Yeah.
That video. Yeah. It looked like, because I know. So it looked like Killing Joke.
Yeah.
Where Killing Joke, he didn't go talking to any clowns, but he auditioned for stand-up comedy. And he wasn't funny, so he didn't really get the jobs, if I'm remembering that right. And it looks like he went to, I don't know, something similar, like, I don't know, a circus or audition for something. It didn't go well. Walked out, and then the clowns come out and yelled at him. I don't know, something. But
bearing in mind, I think it might be good. I do have higher hopes for it, simply because it does have that kind of it doesn't seem like it's got that comic book feel. Like the photo that they released is just him. He's not painted. He's not got his face, his Joker face or anything. Is it's just his plain face. He does look. He's gotten a lot skinnier. Joaquin Phoenix, and I don't know. I've got a good feeling about this, and because it's Martin Scorsese's producing it as well, I think.
I'm still dubious. I mean, I'm just like, I can't really comment on it because I don't know. I need to see it in context, innit? You kind of, you know what I mean? Because that's like the snapshot.
True.
Saying that, does the snapshot make me excited about what's to come? Not really.
Well, I I remember years ago when they were filming the Dark Knight, the Batman movie with Bane,
Yeah.
and they released a video of just a group of people outside some sort of city hall, and then you can see Batman and you can see Bane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You remember
See,
that?
look,
And it's
look,
like,
even now, that's just like
that looked off key from them.
yeah,
though.
yeah. But my point is like people release these videos and they're proper dissecting it. And I'm like, nothing's happened. There's not enough information for you to form an opinion.
I'm
So I was
sorry.
gonna say regarding like this whole thing with the Joker, like there's not much to go on.
Nah,
There isn't much to go on.
Do you know what is to go on though?
What?
What's the go on?
His name is Arthur Fleck.
Who?
The Joker. The Joker's name. It's not yeah, Arthur Fleck.
I don't
But if you take away the Arthur and just keep the A.
Fleck. That's Fleck.
See, that just makes me even more sad. Like, just makes me even more sadder.
I don't know if they're
to be Fleck. No.
I don't know if they're pranking us or like why Arthur Fleck? Affleck? Why Affleck?
One thing I'll say, I can't bother to go into that. That's if that's a meme, ha ha, whatever. But you know the whole thing with the Joker is that we're not supposed to know who he is.
Yeah,
and that is one of the things I love about him as a villain. And so I feel like you ever meet somebody, you might know somebody at work, and you have conversations with them, but for the life of you, you cannot remember their name.
Yeah.
So you kind of teach yourself to kind of interact with them without saying, "Hey, Jeremy," or
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my point. I feel like it would. Yeah, I feel like it would have been this movie. We know this guy. We know it's a Joker origin movie, but we never hear his name. So when people talking to him, it's like, "Hey, yo," do you know what I mean?
That'd be interesting if they did that. I hope they do. I hope this is I hope this is a kind of he's messing with people and they don't actually say his name. That would be quite.
Because I feel like that would be. It would be. I feel like it's a missed opportunity to do that if they don't.
Yeah, definitely.
And because again, it's an origin movie, and I'm hoping by the end of it they're like, or maybe not, kind of.
Yeah.
Because even that one thing I love is Heath Ledger's Joker was amazing. Like seriously, and we had no idea who this dude was. Like no idea. He came up. I remember the first time he said, "Do you want to know how we get these scars?" And I was like, "Oh,
yeah." I was like,
giving us origin." But then he does it like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, "Okay, no, that's it. That is it." So
the second time I heard it, I was like, "I'm sure he said something else."
Yeah.
He didn't say the same thing, did he? And I started to think that they got it was like the continuity error or something. Then he said it the third time. I was like, "Oh."
No, that was genius the way he did that.
Yeah.
But again, there's not much to go on, so I'm not really going into like opinions from like a 2-minute.
I will say though, aesthetically, the look of the Joker to me, I know it sounds really ageist, but he kind of looks too old.
You reckon?
Well, the other thing is we have no idea how old the Joker is.
Yeah,
that's the thing. He could be very spry for an old guy. Like we don't know.
Yeah.
No, that's very true. But I was just like, I feel like you should be just a tad younger, maybe. But yeah. I'm just apart from that, I'm not formulating any opinion. I'm just like, okay, you threw a clown's nose, cool.
That was. I was like, why is he throwing it's just funny.
Yeah, like I'm just like, okay, we'll see. You're smoking. You caught a clown's nose. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's see where you're going with this. Right?
Maybe you got fired from being a clown. You probably couldn't fit in that small car. Who knows?
There you go. So there you go. But
what's next?
Sorry.
Keeping with people not fitting in. Apparently, okay, so we've been away for a couple of weeks, and in that time, we've heard that Henry Cavill was leaving, and then he's staying. Michael B. Jordan's going to take his place, apparently, and not. And
a lot of shit going on.
A lot of shizzle going down. So, I mean, should we even talk about it really? Because it's kind of dead now. But
all I would say is, I hope that Henry Cavill is not leaving. I would love for there to be a Man of Steel sequel. I feel like we, the fans, deserve it. I feel like Henry Cavill deserves it, because I remember when Batman v Superman was coming out or was announced, that was supposed to be Man of Steel 2, but they're like, no, we're going to throw Batman in it so that we can broaden the DC FU. And I thought that, even reading it at the time, I thought that's a bit of a slap in the face for Henry Cavill. And to this day, they keep throwing out these stupid movies like Suicide Squad that sucked, and then the Justice League movie that's like, they keep getting all these bad movies, and Henry Cavill to this day has not got his movie. And they keep announcing, oh, but we're going to do a Suicide Squad 2. Oh, Harley Quinn's going to get her own movie because she's bankable. And I think it's just, he was the first one. I think it's so out of order. Like, by now, Iron Man was on his second movie.
We definitely need a Man of Steel 2.
Yeah, I think he deserves it as well. And we deserve it.
Yeah, you know
what's
what
that?
I mean? He's the poster boy of DC. Like, Spider-Man's the poster boy of Marvel. You know what I mean? It's just like you kind of have to be loyal to your main.
Yeah, I get. Yeah,
it's supposed to be, but
but you know what I mean, kind of thing. Yeah. So
You know, I'm hearing that they're gonna focus more on Supergirl. Like, she's gonna move, and they're gonna turn it and make her. And it's not a misogynistic or like a sexist thing. I just feel like I'm just not like, I feel I've really tried to defend and just be like, let me see where it goes with the DC movie, you know, but it is just a sinking ship.
Yeah.
It is such a failing sinking ship.
Do you know what they should do? Like, just hearing about this, really and truly, what they should do, for me anyway, is because all right, fair enough, they're doing this Joker film, they want to go the Elseworlds kind of thing. Do that. I'm with that, yeah. I'm with that as well. But I think what they should do, even with the news about this, what they could do is kind of do like an Infinite Crisis kind of thing where, Michael B. Jordan is a Superman, but Henry Cavill's still there. Something happens, they go to Earth 2 and they find the what's this I don't know his name, that Superman.
Superboy Prime?
No, the black Superman.
Calvin Ellis.
Yeah.
Calvin Ellis.
They find
actually
him.
Calvin Ellis.
They I don't know, they go into that universe and, you know, other things happen, then do the reset, whatever. Ben Affleck can't come back, then I don't mind Ben Affleck not coming back. Maybe
we all don't mind Ben Affleck not coming back.
No, I would prefer him to come back, definitely, because I thought he was a sick Batman, definitely.
He was a good Batman, really was. Like, the scenes that he had as Batman
was good.
Sorry,
it wasn't until what's the latest one, Justice League, that they effed him up. He's joking too much out, that they should throw that away.
It's like, it was such a mess, because like, he was perfect in Batman v Superman. The problem was Superman, as in Superman didn't smart, like Superman wasn't Superman. And it's like we had Batman perfect in Batman v Superman, and then we got the Justice League movie, and then Henry Cavill finally portrayed Superman. I'm like, that's Superman, but then Batman was wrong.
But I didn't mind Superman I just think the core story and the reasons for Batman v Superman was rubbish. But like you said, Isha, even if he's not in it, then fine. Then do that the Crisis, and then get a younger Batman, or just change the character. I'm sure the first movie people will be effing and ahhing while they're making it, but if it's a good character and it's a good film, people ain't gonna care about.
Do what Star Wars did back in the day. You pass the baton and it carries on, but with a great character, like you said, just a great other character, but the same thing. But obviously, don't do what Star Wars is doing now. But like, just what they've been doing for ages.
If they do an Infinite Crisis, I feel like that's the best way, because they're not gonna. Apparently, they're not doing Flashpoint anymore. Yeah, so you kind of got two options with DC. You got Flashpoint and you got a Crisis.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do Flashpoint. Infinite Crisis is their best route to go.
Yeah.
Basically what you just said. I'm not gonna repeat it, but that there's so many other universes they could have. The gray-haired Superman as well. They could have Michael B. Jordan as Calvin Ellis. And
do multiple, or exactly. Like do another Superman and get another actor, an older actor, and that's the old Superman. And they're all fighting in this crisis. Batman's there. You got the new Batman from who you want to cast or put in.
The one you want to take over.
Yeah, he's there. Or
they could even have like different Batman. Sorry, and that movie could be their audition. Whichever one fans take to will be the new Batman. Do you get what?
Yeah. That's it. It could be sick. It could be sick. It could be.
It could be sick.
It's
DC
not gonna be.
On by a thread. I think
they are.
The next in ensemble movie isn't up to par. I think the DC film. That's it. Like, I'll be tapping out because I'm not spending my coins anymore on that. No.
Okay. But okay.
On the DC streaming service, as I'll be paying for it.
If we ever get it.
If I ever get it, I'll watch them on there. But going to the cinema, all of that, I'll be done with it. Like I'm not even sure if I want to see Aquaman anymore. Like I feel so put off.
Long. I feel like the film's come and gone, but it hasn't.
No, has it?
No. December. That's what I'm saying. I was like, wait, was Aquaman out? I was like, no. I was like, nah, they've taken long to put this out. They should have been out already. It should have been out already.
Yeah.
Nah.
But keep it on the because we have been talking about this for so long, but kind of keeping on it. The DC universe, like you're saying. That's looking good to me anyway. I'm starting to have my hopes up for this. They just released a picture first of Nightwing and Jason Todd, and they released a little clip of them two in the lift.
Wow, he wasn't Nightwing. There were two Robins.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like that universe's Batman is taking a piss.
Wow, yeah.
Because like Robin left. And he just straight replaced him. But that Batman knows that his original Robin is still going out there as Robin. I think that's such a liberty.
That's rude.
But,
that is rude.
Come on, man. Come on.
I did like that little clip. I was excited for that.
It was a cool clip.
And that was the first time Jason Todd has ever been live action, right?
Live action. I've been waiting for it, man.
He seems like the kind of character. Like I wasn't reading Batman back in the days when they did the whole call in if you want Jason Todd to live or die. I never really knew Jason Todd as a Robin, but I can see that type of Robin would be annoying. You know.
Do you know what bugs me? I mean, I suppose fans were different back then, and times are different. But it's like fans back then didn't like Jason Todd, but we've got Damian in this generation. Sorry, they're the same character. I mean, not the same character because their personalities are very, very different. I just mean like they're two Robins that just didn't follow what Batman is saying.
But Jason Todd gets a little leeway because it's his
yeah, son. I know. I was gonna say Jason Todd. I think there was a time where he killed as Robin, but it was ambiguous.
Oh, really?
So it was like, did you do that on purpose or was that an accident? And it was never revealed. Whereas Damian Wayne, he's just straight murking people.
Did you kill him? Yeah, he deserved it.
Fans are like, Damian Wayne. I just thought
he's sick. I do like him, though.
He's growing on me. Like, he took a long time for me to get with.
Yeah.
But he's growing on me now.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, but the DC universe, I think with everything that they're coming out, with every little bit of news that is coming out about it, is making me like, I really can't wait for this now. I really can't wait to see Doom Patrol, to see Titans.
Yeah,
the costumes put me off a little bit on Titans. Hopefully, it does get better. Maybe at the end of the season,
it'll get better.
They'll get there.
Especially when they're getting more money. When they get more money into it, it will get better.
Yeah. But with the different shows that they're coming out with, Swamp Thing as well. I'm thinking that the movies really need to take a leaf out of what they're doing.
Yeah, they do.
The other thing is, I like the idea of being able to read comics on there. So if I miss out on something, or if I feel like, oh, I want to read this storyline, but I don't want to go out and buy it, I now have a platform.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I now have a platform to read them, so I don't have to go to like Comixology or
Yeah.
I mean for DC that is. So I like that. It sounds like a really good service. I'm upset, DC. I'm upset. I want to give you, but you won't allow me to give you my money because I'm British. Like, what is that? It's not
We'll
cool.
see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll trade you some tea for
Yeah.
keeping on the
where we at now?
service. We've only got a couple more to do.
It's fine.
Keep it on the service. This one's actually very interesting. So the Disney streaming service, apparently, they will be doing an anthology series on Loki and Scarlet Witch. So that means, yeah, we might get
Do we want this?
I think we do. I do.
Okay.
Basically, so I'll read the article. It says there's an important distinction from Marvel's small screen efforts. However, actors who portray these heroes and villains in the Avengers films and their spin-offs, such as Tom Hiddleston and Elizabeth Olsen, are expected to play them in the streaming shows. So yeah, they're basically going to be their characters in these shows. It's only going to be 6 to 8 episodes as well, so it's not anything like a few seasons or they're pretty much like anthologies. So I think like what they're doing with Star Wars, they're doing the anthology series where it's just based in the Star Wars universe, but they're doing shows on what's happening in the Star Wars universe. So yeah, I think having movie characters in these shows, I think it would widen the Marvel universe really in that sense, and they could really grow and do not only like movie characters, but then they could possibly like do like a one anthology series, like a 6 episode of Moon Knight, for instance, and then see how that is with people, and then from that do the film. Because for me, that's what I wanted when Shield was on. Like I didn't want to see one episode where you see Nick Fury or Maria Hill. I want to have an episode or a few episodes of Thor coming in or Captain America coming in on Shield and actually doing bits, doing missions or something like that. And this streaming service is different from the TV part as well. So it's actually Kevin Feige producing these as well. So it is going to be different. Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking that I didn't care when you said it, but I thought, well, this could be a good opportunity for them to like. So with Scarlet Witch, for example, if she's got her own little series going on, they could actually throw the word mutant out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that could. What's stopping them from actually doing?
Yeah, no, that's X-Men. What I mean. Yeah, well, yeah, and I was gonna say, and you brought up Moon Knight. I'm like, well, they could actually throw out the X-Men there if they wanted to.
Exactly. And you can have all the X-Men characters that only got a non-speaking part in X-Men. Jubilee. Do you know what? For real, I think this with these streaming service that's going on, I do like it, but I don't want everybody to start doing it because it's.
I know. I just found out. I found out that Nickelodeon is doing one, and I'm like,
yeah. But I mean, I'll definitely get the Disney one myself because they got 20th Century Fox now. Yeah. The movie selection alone is going to be massive.
Yeah.
They've got the Pixar.
Yeah, I'll be watching it for the Pixar back movies because Pixar back movies are hard. Sorry.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I'm definitely going to have. Obviously, I'm sticking with my Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get the DC one if we ever bloody get it, or I'm going to have to get it another way. But if I was to pick again, I'd probably go for if they're all cheap as well. Like the DC one's supposed to be pretty cheap as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's like $8 or something like that. $8 or $9 a month.
And if the Disney one, even because it will probably still work out cheaper than having those free than having them pay for Sky.
Well, I mean, what I've read today as well is that Netflix is they're going to be involved with Sky Q now, so you can, and it's actually a little bit cheaper with Sky to have Netflix on there. So I mean that's Netflix. Obviously, there's no reason why 5 years, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, the DC streaming service or Disney streaming service will be on there as well. So I mean, it's going to be some big money and big movies coming. If Netflix can make TV series like this, like what they're doing, and it's interesting, then
Stranger Things, everybody.
The Last Airbender live action, Netflix.
Oh yeah, boy, that's gonna be something else.
Yeah. So
yeah, cool.
And the budget is, they haven't really said anything about the budget, but the budget will be, I'm sure the budget will be big. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm
with it.
One Iron Fist. Thank you for watching, guys. So that's 36. We've enjoyed having you. No, what?
Iron Fist season 2 was pretty good. It was a step in the right direction.
Really?
Yeah, the fight choreography, first of all, was really like, that got me excited to carry on, for me to carry on doing my Wing Chun and my Taekwondo. I was just like, yeah. Okay. I was in my room at the end after every episode, just throwing out kicks. And the fight choreography was sick. Okay. The story was okay, but I felt like because it wasn't. Remember when we were watching things and it had everything related to the hand, and it had this overarching big thing that was going to happen. It didn't have that, but because I read the Matt Fraction and Ed Brubaker run of The Immortal Iron Fist, which I suggest everybody go out and read because it's a sick run. I kind of knew, I knew where they were going with this season of Iron Fist.
Right.
And so when they kind of referenced Wu Ao-Shi, who's the very first Iron Fist, I was like, that got me excited. And then at the end with Danny and the guns. Are we doing spoilers?
Wow.
We're doing spoilers.
Go for it.
I'll keep it clean. With Danny and the guns at the end, I was like, oh snap. That's they mentioned Orson Randall. It was good. It was a step in the right direction. And
I was saying to a friend for work today as well, it's like I did enjoy it, but the end I didn't really. I knew there was some significance, and I kind of knew that there was some difference between what happened and what happens in the comic as well, but I didn't understand the reference, so to speak. So the ending wasn't really.
Basically, what it is that there's another Iron Fist out there called Orson Randall. He was the Iron Fist before Danny Rand. I actually thought that it was the corpse that Davos chopped up.
But
it wasn't. So Orson Randall is actually still out there. And when Meacham, I forgot his first name, and we're in that bar in Tokyo. No, in Japan. It wasn't Tokyo. Sorry, in Japan. And then the guy's like, Meacham's like, we had to steal that shipment. And the guy's like, our boss has been looking for that shipment for X amount of time. We want it back. And Meacham's like, you got to talk to my friend. And then Danny's standing there. He's like, oh, do you mean these? That was Orson Randall's jacket. Those are Orson Randall's guns.
Right.
And what I think was also in that shipment is a theory. There's a book of the Iron Fist.
Right.
That the dragon wrote from his own scales. And it's got like, or if I'm getting that right, and it's got all the history of the Iron Fist and how you can use it and use it in different ways. And I feel like Danny has that book.
Okay.
And he's learned how to use the guns. So go on.
So what about Orson Randall? Do you think he'll be in season 3, or do you think?
I think he'll be in season 3 because that's, from what I understand from what they said. Those guys in the bar, they work for Orson Randall, and that was Orson Randall's shipment. So I think that he's gonna want to find out. He's gonna want to know about this guy who's got 2 glowing hands.
Yeah.
Who's got his jacket and his guns. Orson Randall's gonna want to know about that. So it's a different take on Orson Randall because he kind of gave up being the Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it will be interesting in the direction they're going in. But it's like there'll be 3 of them now, which is which will be fun because we got Colleen, we got Danny, and now we've got possibly Orson Randall out there. I think season 3 is gonna be sick. Like, I'm excited.
Oh, okay. I did enjoy it. I think some parts were the acting was a bit corny in some parts. Like some of the speeches went on for too long as well, I think. But the script as well was decent. I think, like I said, some of it is like I didn't really see where it was going, and I like to see where things are going. So that's kind of my own fault. Yeah, exactly. I should have. I've been meaning to read the Immortal Iron Fist as well, and I just flopped.
You really enjoy it. So good.
Yeah.
You know more about because when Davos came in season 1, I was like, oh my god, Davos is there. But I bet a lot of people who didn't read the comic was like, who's this guy?
And that's another thing as well. I knew Davos was an important character in the comics, but I didn't really like him in this.
I thought he was alright. I feel like he was.
It seemed to me that he was overacting in parts. Like he just seemed like he was trying too much, and I just
pick someone that annoyed me. If I was to pick someone that annoyed me, I'd pick why can't I remember these? Joy Meacham.
Joy.
I just felt like why, in terms of her acting, in terms of her motivation. I even remember
her motivation was a bit like why
it was weak.
Such a bitch.
I just feel like even when I was watching season 1, I watched
she was
this season.
This man, she was.
But even like I watched season 1 recently because I knew this was coming out, and I was watching it with my mum, and we were like, if you just sat down and spoke to your brother, you would understand. And then when she speaks to her brother, and he's like, that time I was in a car accident. No, that was Dad. The time I brought my mum, and she's like, yeah, but you still didn't tell me. I was
still didn't tell me. I was like, what?
I would have pushed her over the balcony myself.
Yeah, it just broke down in front of you, like told you that Dad was beating him up, like brought him to hospital. And
but in terms like that, in going with the script, in going in that direction with the scripts, that's where the script was bad as well. Because I would have taken that opportunity to have her character show some understanding.
But not until
in the wrong direction there.
Overall, I thought it was decent. It was decent. It was decent. It wasn't. It's going to take me a while to watch it again. Maybe I'll read. Maybe I'll read Matt Fraction's Iron Fist and Immortal Iron Fist, and then go back and watch it. But yeah, it's
the other thing I'll say is that, and maybe because I haven't read as much Punisher as maybe you have, but I enjoyed season 2 of Iron Fist more than I did the Punisher. And for me, I said to you before,
what? Sorry,
the Punisher felt.
Wait, did you say you enjoyed Iron Fist more than the Punisher?
Season 2 more than the Punisher.
Really?
I enjoyed. The reason being is because, and I said this before, the Punisher was good. It was good, but it had that story with the kid that just could lift right out. You know that? Do you know which kid I'm talking about? The one with PTSD.
From
he lifts right out, and again, I said this in Daredevil, the end of season 2 of Daredevil, he was already the Punisher, and I felt like the writers felt like, but we need this to be sort of like an origin, so we need him not to be the Punisher. So he's not going to be the Punisher until he decides to pick that. But I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it. I just felt like I wouldn't have done it that way. Don't get me wrong. The choreography, the fight scenes, the shooting, all of that was great. And I love a great fight scene. But in terms of the pacing and...
Well, I thought the pacing was... I didn't feel like it was going on for 13 episodes. Like,
I actually was watching it. I was watching it and then I stopped watching it. Remember, you like have you finished? I stopped watching it.
That's probably why, man.
That's not probably why. I stopped watching it because I was getting bored. I was bored, so I stopped watching it.
All right.
Button this, man.
While you man were watching season 2 of Iron Fist, I was rewatching Steven Universe because Steven Universe is great. I'm just throwing that out there. But I will try and watch Iron Fist season 2.
No, Isha, I'm just going to say to you, don't waste your time because your opinion is cemented, so just leave it there.
I know, but I feel like,
your opinion is cemented in not liking it.
I love a kung fu, so I will...
Yeah, the fighting was a lot better. in this one.
Yeah.
It was a lot better, and there is a bit more of that aspect in it. But yeah, I mean that's the thing. A lot of people haven't gone to watch it as well because the first season was really
and I know a lot of people. I even feel like people who say that it's bad are just sticking with. I watched season 1. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
rubbish, and I cannot stand it when people do that. Like I don't have time for you.
I'm gonna try and I'm gonna go watch season 2 and just be like, all right, cool, let's go with fresh eyes.
Yeah,
see what I got.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Another thing I would say, the last thing I'll say about it, and then I'll be done with it, is that the whole show seems very much like it's Colleen's story. Did you?
I was about to say that. Colleen Wing was really good in this as well. She was pretty good.
She's always really good. Like she is the best character on that show.
Yeah.
And in season 1, she was my favorite thing about it. And then we knew that she had this kind of like she was part of the Hand. She grew up in the Hand, and then we got season 2 where there was this little underlining story about her origin, and we're like, where the hell is this going?
Yeah,
and then it turns out she's related to the first Iris. We're like, what?
Yeah.
But it just feels like it's her story. And then Danny's like, oh, I need you to have it because I can't handle it right now. It just feels like it's her story.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Last thing, I'm really glad, spoilers, that they didn't end it with Danny not having the fist. Because I would have been vexed.
Yeah. Same.
I would be saying some different stuff right now if that ended.
Although I was looking forward to seeing a dragon, like a real dragon as well.
I don't think we will.
He looks wounded, like.
I want to see my dragon.
I honestly don't think we will. It's like budgeting, and I feel like if they show it, it will look really, really cheap, like really cheap CGI.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd rather them not, and it's like they know it. I'd rather not do it if we can't do it properly. If it's not going to look like Game of Thrones, I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Hurry up!
All right, that's it. I got nothing else.
That's it.
The last thing I just want to quickly say is, if you're not playing Spider-Man on a PlayStation, play it. Yeah,
I'm gonna get it.
It's a really good game, man. I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of like a Spider-Man GTA kind of thing.
All right.
It's really good. Some good combos in there, some good web slinging, and
I'm down for that game. I'm just trying to finish off God of War, and then Spider-Man is next on the list.
Yeah.
So
I need to play God of War.
You do need to play God of War. It's a sick game.
Yeah.
Everybody's playing God of War. If it's not that, it's Fortnite, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Then Spider-Man. Damn. Okay.
Game is life, man. Game is life.
Gamers' life and comic book readers.
Yes. Yep. And on that note, people.
Thank you for sticking with us, everybody.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed it.
End of the Sourcewall. Thank you for joining us on issue 36 here, Wednesday, with us, the Sourcewallians. And yes.
Catch us
everywhere.
On Twitter, Instagram,
Facebook, SoundCloud, iTunes.
All your podcasts, YouTube. Share us. You need to share us.
Subscribe.
Everybody knows.
Share, subscribe.
Everybody knows someone who's into comics and comic book TV shows and nerdy stuff. Yeah. So share us.
There's not a lot of black nerd people in the UK, so it's not hard. There's 4.
Yes.
And we're one of them.
Also, look out for us on Friday with our review of I forgot Hunt for Wolverine Dead End. Sorry, it's getting late. Tired. Yeah. I'll go get that meal.
Yeah.
And peace out to everybody.
See you next week.
Love and peace.